Sagittarius, how are you? Hope everyone's doing fabulously. Thank you for joining me. This is your February 2017 General and Love Tarot. Splitting it up into General and Love this month. My name is JJ. For all my new viewers, thank you for being here. For all my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're doing things slightly differently, as usual. Anyone who's been on this channel since I started knows that I always like to jazz things up a bit. I've been a bit lazy this month. I'm a bit late with all the readings in general because I just haven't really been feeling myself. So I apologize about that. But we all have our off months, and this is a month where many of us are struggling, actually. There's a lot happening, you know, a lot of surprises on the love front and discoveries that we're making about ourselves, some of which may not be so pleasant for everyone, right? So you're no exception to that, unfortunately. Interestingly enough, and similarly to Aquarius's reading, this general portion of the reading for you indicates love, which tells me that love might be a theme in general this month for you guys. Please excuse me for a second. I'll let you stare at these cards for a bit. We have, I'm going to go run and grab my journal. We've got the King of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Okay. So, hi, again. King of Wands. Passionate, lively, animated, feeling full of life again, not as tired as you were before, energized. It's a very good feeling that I'm getting with this King of Wands. People are gravitating towards you, coming to you for fun, coming to you to have a good time, and asking you to come out with them as well. And you are in the right place to do this as well, actually. You're welcoming it. You are being your worldly selves, very open, very willing to offer your love, which is amazing. Children at this time are very attracted to you as well, which is which I'm getting the sense that for those of you who are trying to have a child, the more you see how some of your friends' children, let's say, as an example, are reacting towards you, towards your presence, the more excited you get about the prospect of having your own kid. And that's pretty nice, Sagittarius. That's nice. And it can help boost your confidence when it comes to this idea as well. If you've been challenged lately whether or not you'd make a good mom or a good father, this further indicates that you that you would, and that there's really nothing to worry about. And of course, yes, there will be, it will be difficult. It's never easy. It's going to be a journey if you decide to become a parent. If you start thinking, well, would I ever make a good, I don't see myself making a good parent. I see myself, not being able to set a good example for my children, but that's not the case. And I can understand if you feel the need to restructure the way that you handle certain things in your life, reorder things around to better suit, the welcoming of a third party, that being your baby, if we're talking about this at all. I see some of you doing this, yeah. I see some of you really changing the way, your lifestyle to suit a new life in the picture. How beautiful is that? That's amazing, Sagittarius. I don't ever talk about kids in my readings, but for some reason I felt the need to do that with you. There are going to be some delays, though, Sagittarius, which is going to rub you the wrong way. You might be rushing to an end goal that still needs time to manifest. With this King of Wands, there's a very quick energy about you, but this Hanged Man is saying that you need to calm down and perhaps approach things from a different perspective, which takes me back to this idea of restructuring, reordering your lifestyle. These delays can be imposed, especially delays that come through this Hanged Man. This we're talking about a major trump card here, so we do have to listen to this more. These are delays that are usually imposed and obstacles that come up because you haven't worked through the nitty-gritty of everything. So while you may be annoyed that time is passing you by, you have to trust that you will be enlightened with why this is the case. You'll come to realize that time is of the essence in this case, that it's all about the right time. You have to be at the right place at the right time. This is also the case when it comes to your fertility cycles. That's what I'm getting. That if you're planning on having a child and you haven't been successful so far, it's because you haven't been planning your rendezvous with your significant other as efficiently as you could. So perhaps consider revisiting your menstrual cycle. I feel strange saying this, but these things are coming to me, and so I'll say them. With this, and yes, the Hanged Man also talks about sacrifices, and these sacrifices can also come in the form of waiting because it's not the right time. You can be coming off as distracted and not paying too much attention. People may find you coming off as being distracted, but on the other hand, you've got other things on your mind. You've got other things on your mind that are taking up your attention and that deserve your attention. And you're trying, I feel like here, to reconcile different opinions in private, or, just with those really, really, really close to you. So even though you give off this, you're also giving off, this impression that you're very approachable at this time. A part of you is remaining quite private, closed off, especially as it pertains to more significant matters in your life, such as the possibility of getting serious with someone, having a kid with someone, or even changing jobs, changing your work situation, going up to your boss and divulging your plans to them, because they would need to know if you intend on making a drastic change in your life. Then any superior figures in your life are going to have to be informed of this, naturally. And you might be writing out proposals and drafts and letters and trying to reword things accurately over and over again. That's why I'm using the word reword here, where you're unsatisfied necessarily with the way that you're communicating your thoughts on paper. I feel like this Two of Cups here is extremely detached from the rest of the cards on the table, and I'm finding that quite interesting. If you are a male watching this, and you are coupled with someone, then I get the impression that they're hiding something from you. It's nothing bad, though. It's nothing bad. It's more a surprise that they will reveal sometime soon to you, and it involves pregnancy. Pregnancy, fertility, life, giving birth. That's just wow. Hey, maybe everything I'm saying is going to resonate with a few of you, but that's the feeling I'm getting. If you're a woman watching this video, then the surprise will be that your mate, all of a sudden, if he comes off as being rather silent, and he's just too contemplative, and that makes you a little bit suspicious and paranoid. What could he possibly be thinking of? Why is he ignoring me? It's because he's evaluating how to take things to the next stage. And if you're with someone who wasn't ever really fond of having children, then they might come to you and reveal this and say, you know what, I think we should try to have a family, try to make a family. What do you think about that? And that's the feeling I'm getting with this Two of Cups. More than a new love coming in, it's a renewal in love and the strengthening of bonds with partners, with already existing partners. And if you're completely single, then this is talking about a potential love coming in, actually. But the surprising element to it continues. So it's something that you least expect. Interesting. Let's see if I can clarify this Two of Cups further. This card. What's this Two of Cups doing in Sag's reading? Okay, so. Yikes. Ugh. Ew. No. I don't like this. Okay. Back to this feeling of paranoia. Back to feeling worried that a partner might be keeping something from you. For those of you who are coupled, and wondering why your partner is being rather silent, and you start to wonder if they're hiding something from you. And that hurts you because you like to be open and you want people to be open with you. You're not the kind to have secrets at all. And you're not the kind to be with someone who is too private. You like them to be expressive and open with you. And at this time, they may not be doing that. So this is what we're focusing on right now. You don't want to spend too much time in your head, Sagittarius, because you're going to end up finding out that you've blown things out of proportion. There's absolutely no need for this drama and this anxiety that you're experiencing, that you're also keeping to yourself. And for those of you who are single, this is talking about you reeling at this time, really like wanting to figure out why it is that you haven't been able to find the right person for you. And the Three of Swords then is talking about your own self-imposed heartache, whereas the Nine of Swords is you trying to figure out, all your own faults. You're pointing fingers at yourself. You're blaming yourself for being unlovable. And Sagittarius, that's not the case. I mean, you are lovable. You are lovable. So there's no need for this. I completely understand if you're done with flings. You're done with flings and you want something more serious, something that's a lot more grounded and something that has the ability to grow and flourish. You want someone who can offer you, you want someone with the full package. Someone who's already secure in their lives and who can offer you a home and actual stability. But realize that that won't come unless you are comfortable with yourself and know that there's no reason for this. There's no reason for this. Your standards may come off as a bit too high at this time. Like, you don't simply just want an ordinary relationship. You want the full package. And we're living times now where like people want to hook up more than they want to get serious. And you're not going to settle for anything less. You have a lot of people who are attracted to you at this time if you're single. A lot of people may be making you offers, but they're not the kind of offers that appeal to you or that you fancy at all. You're like, I want something more serious. You all just want flings. You want one night stands. And I want to wake up the next morning with someone who intends on calling me and who intends on being there. If you're only in on it for short term, I'm out. I don't want that. And that might make people think that you're obnoxious and too picky and you're complaining, like you spend your time complaining that you can't find the right one, whereas others, like your friends, might be like, but this person's interested in you, and so is that one. And you're like, yeah, but they're not good enough, and I'm not going to settle for less. And you don't have to. Weird, dudes. Kinda weird. So that was the general portion. Weird because we went from talking about the most serious of things, having a child, to how we even get to a point where we can have a relationship that's serious enough to even think about having a child. So a bit extreme. Let's see what there is for love, Sag. Given that this is a very strange reading, feedback is appreciated. Thank you in advance. Back out again as the first card. Okay. I guess we really need to pay attention to this King of Wands then. With this King of Wands, I'm also getting the sensation that some of you need to reconnect with your fathers, a father figure, a maternal figure. And it doesn't have to be someone related to you, but just someone you trust like a father. Pregnancy, man, pregnancy. It's coming up. It's coming up over and over again. We are talking about pregnancy. Please get checked if you're a woman watching this video and you haven't been feeling well recently. Please get checked. Go to the doctor. Okay. I'm going to put this back in the deck because it fell very oddly and I'm not sure what to make of it. Okay. So the Empress talks about fertility and it talks about pregnancy. And for those of you who have absolutely nothing to do with pregnancy and fertility at this time, it talks about development, self-growth, and again, having the self-confidence to know that you are worthy of love, Sagittarius. This Six of Cups has come up in reverse here, which I find very interesting. The first instinct I get with this card being in reverse has a lot to do with this self-confidence issue that we're talking about here. And that's that if you feel like, and it's also linked to that Nine of Swords that came out earlier, if you feel like you are not lovable and you're trying to find all the things that are wrong with you, you're going to attract this energy your way, and that's going to repel people, which is odd because right now you have the potential to be very attractive to so many people around you. So with this Page of Wands, it's like, you know, you're playing again, to those around you, you might come off as someone who is just, you can't see what's right in front of you. And you're giving off this, you can come off as rather immature at this time, again, and it has a lot to do with not being satisfied with what you're being offered because you know that there's something better out there waiting for you and you know that you deserve better. But it's this paradoxical feeling like do I not deserve love? And at the same time, when love comes my way, it's not what I expect. It's not up to my standards, and everyone is kind of, some people are getting, I can't say everyone, that's too extreme, but some people are getting irritated by this, and hence we go back to the suggestion that a father figure right now, or a father figure, paternal figure right now, might be able to help you out with this and remind you of the kind of person you are, and give you and encourage you, to expand on what you already have available to you right now. Because with this Page of Wands, there's so much that you can do when you have like this page element. Something is still in the beginning stages, and you can decide to toss it out of the window, or you can decide to actually allow it to grow into something worth your while. And here we are talking about a relationship. With the Six of Cups again, I'm sorry, I digress quite a bit when I'm like this. What I meant to say with the Six of Cups is, because of your self-doubt, if you doubt yourself and you doubt the love that you have for yourself and the love that people have for you, the potential to lure in this love, you repel the soulmate from coming in. You repel them from coming in, and you make existing current partners start to wonder where all the good times went. And they start to remember how you used to be. They become nostalgic about how things were once upon a time, and how happy you were all together. I'm learning far too many languages in my brain. I'm sorry. But they start to nostalgically think back to the times when you were smitten. And now they've lost touch with this happiness. But there's a lot of hope and faith that comes with this Empress card. This novelty element, like having the introduction of a child in the picture, can help patch things up, of course. But again, not all of you are aware of this, and some of your partners are unaware of this. Some of you may be keeping this from your partners if you are pregnant. And if we're not talking about an actual pregnancy, then your desire to have children, your wants and your desires to have children, there's no need to be afraid to express this. I think you should. What is this Empress card talking about? I know that this is not going to resonate with everyone, because it's not like everyone is pregnant here. Yeah, the obstacles that you need to overcome right now are your doubts of, would I make a good parent? Does my partner even want a child? What are they going to think of me if I reveal the fact that I want to have children? If I am pregnant, is it a good idea for me to tell them, or do I handle this privately and personally? Wow, I'm sorry. I just got very distracted there. There's nothing to be afraid of, though, because with the Chariot card, we talk about really, truly overcoming your weak points and being successful, as long as you are brave enough and as long as you have the courage to just go forth. You'll come out victorious. Perseverance is the key, and the Hanged Man that came out earlier also says that patience has a lot to do with it, and there might be some sacrifices involved. Sure, those sacrifices come in the form of time, You have to wait. All good things take time to take form. And there's no need to rush, slow down, because the more you rush, the riskier you're going to find yourselves in. The riskier your endeavors are going to end up being. You're reminded that some of you are no longer at a point in your lives where you can play and gamble and take too many risks. Some of you are at a point in your lives where you have to come off. You have to remove yourself from if you've placed your partner on a pedestal, you need to remove them from this pedestal, and you need to see things more realistically. You know, when you go through adolescence, when we all went through adolescence, we tended to make ourselves the center of attention. We tend to put ourselves on stage because we want people's attention. And when we didn't get what we wanted, like a child's mother taking away their candy, we'd get all frustrated and pissed off, and we start to, we throw tangents and tantrum fits and all of that, and we don't throw tangents, but we go off on tangents, and we want what we want. If you're experiencing that right now, it's okay. I mean, everyone does every now and then, right? But the point is that you might be having a tantrum fit over something that's not even that big of a deal. Again, it's blowing things out of proportion. Let it happen. Wow, we have the Tower card here and the Moon card. Suffice it to say that, there is an external pull, an external force that is pulling you in this direction, that's making you feel very uneasy and anxious with this Moon card here. And you'll continue to feel this way, Sagittarius, if you don't let things go, and if you keep forcing things, if you keep dwelling on disappointments and losses, then the effect of this, the impact that this Tower card is going to have on your life is going to be a very uncomfortable one. We don't want the end result to be this Moon card, especially as it pertains to this Empress. Especially if we're talking about bringing new life into your life. Well, yeah, that can make sense, but bringing new life into your home, this Tower card can also be talking about moving. It can be talking about moving houses because you don't have space for a child. This Chariot card can actually also be talking about physically moving, like just hopping into a car and moving from the city to perhaps a more suburban area, somewhere better suited to raise a kid. And all of these things and all of these large steps that you need to take can be quite overwhelming. And although I don't get this indication that that you might even have someone there to help you through this, the Empress card reinforces this idea that you're strong enough to do it on your own. Also, for all those single moms who are listening to this, if you are. Yeah. Sag. I'm ending your reading here. This is a pretty heavy topic. If it resonated with anyone, and you feel like you want to discuss this with more depth and in private, if you would like to have a private reading, you can reach out to me. And I don't usually say that in my videos. I usually leave it completely up to my viewers to take initiative, to comment and ask how you can get a private reading. But in this case, your reading was quite intense and covered a span of topics that, in myself, with my age, I'm not necessarily adept at talking about, because I don't know what it's like to have a kid, of course. I don't know what it's like to possibly be knocked up. I don't know what it's like to get into a very, very serious relationship where we start thinking about engagement, marriage, moving in together, moving houses, all of that. So, but still, if it will comfort you to talk to someone, if this resonates with you, then feel free. Okay, you guys. Wish you a fantastic February 2017, and I will talk to you guys next month.